Hello, good morning. I am gonna do a little bit of an Easter bake and for Monsoon, but I'm wearing one of their artisan dresses and it's been hand block printed. It's so beautiful, like this tie-dye indigo. And I love it. It's got a bit of a ruffle going through it. Anyway, not the normal baking attire, but perfect for today. So I'm gonna be baking an apple bundt cake in one of these gorgeous round pans there to remind me of my German heritage. My idea is to bake this gorgeous warm spiced apple cake and then decorate it on top with lots of eggs, chocolate Easter eggs. I think it'll be really festive. So come follow me with the recipe and my girls are gonna help me out. So recipe wise, what have we got? We have got some yogurt, some oil, brown sugar and caster sugar. We've got flour, baking powder, salt, cinnamon and nutmeg, some Granny Smiths, some eggs, some vanilla, and that's it. And I've also got two helpers here and a daddy in the background. All right, girls, I think the first thing we should do is start peeling. Yeah?
What are we peeling?
We are peeling the 3 apples.
Oh.
All right.
Can I peel one?
Do you want to peel? You can core.
Oh, no. Yeah, I want to core.
Or maybe you want to crack eggs.
Oh, I want to core first.
You want to core. Okay. Let's get going. So I've enlisted my helper, Ottilie, who's going to go and start off the process. Now, when I'm baking with children, the thing that I really love to do is to measure everything out beforehand. They can help you, but it means that when you get to put it all together, you don't forget, you don't put the wrong thing in, and it's all done. And so it means that you can almost go on autopilot. So first of all, we're going to get our 3 eggs. All right, and Ottilie's going to start cracking them.
The whole thing in.
Yep, the whole thing. All right, so we've done that. Now we're going to go and add in our oil. I've measured out our oil. Ottilie, you're going to do a cup in there. I'm going to pour in a cup as well. I know. The good thing about this recipe, it's a bit of a add it all together. So it makes quick and easy.
Yeah, but it's quite, when you put in the oil, it makes all these tiny loops and all these.
All right, Ott. If I give you this, will you add in, it's got dark brown sugar and caster sugar.
Okay, sure. Minnie can do it.
Yeah, I can give you a spoon.
Minnie's just doing it.
Yeah? Okay. All right, can I come in? I'm going to add in a teaspoon of our vanilla. So we're adding all the sugars and the oil and the eggs together. That's it. Okay. And now we're going to go and blend those all together. So we've got it in our mixer, but you can use a hand mixer, you can use a hand beater, or you can also use a KitchenAid or a Kenwood. We have something called a Thermomix. So we're just going to blend that all together. So this is our mixture. It's kind of a bit browny, a bit sludgy. Don't worry. We're going to be adding our flour mixture. So we've got flour, salt, nutmeg, cinnamon, and we've also got some baking powder in there. And we're going to add it slowly to our mixture. And Minnie is going to do that for us. So Minnie is now spooning in our flour mixture slowly. And so it gets all incorporated. And then the final is we'll just add the yogurt in. So you can use yogurt or sour cream. And then we'll stir in our apples. And then it'll all be done that quickly. So we've added our flour mixture.
Oh, what's that?
And this is yogurt. Plain yogurt. You could also use sour cream. Ottilie, will you scoop that out? Pop that in here. We're going to scoop down the sides. So we're just going to scrape down the sides of our bowl. So Minnie, Ottilie and I were discussing what our favorite sugar was. And we decided that our favorite sugar was brown sugar. because it's got
Yeah, dark brown sugar. Has that sweet, nice taste?
It's a really
But
nice
not
sweet
like tasty.
caramelly taste. Let's take a look. Utterly's already sticking fingers in the mixture. What's the verdict?
Great, amazing.
It is really yummy. There we go. We are going to...
How are you going to mix those?
Well, we're just going to do it with our spatula, actually, because we just want to incorporate them. We don't want to really mix them.
Don't you need to cut up the apples even smaller?
No, we want them quite chunky. Now to put it in the tin. So now I'm preparing my Bundt pan. This one has got really, really deep sort of lines in it, which will be really beautiful on the decoration when it pops out. But the chances of the cake getting stuck will be quite high. So you can either add butter and then dust it with some flour, or you can add a little bit of oil, vegetable oil, and again dust it with some flour. I've got something called cake release, which is, again, it's like a fat that I pour in it, and I've actually got my brush here, and I'm going in between all the little sort of deep, well, they're quite deep lines in here to really make sure that it's all coated. So now I've done that, we're going to go and pour in.
Can I pour some in?
You can pour some in. So, Ottilie, you're going to help me to do this. I'll hold the pot.
Wow, it's actually really sticky.
It's really sticky. That's it.
I just don't want to get any down there.
Down the centre, yeah. So we just do like little scoops like this, and then, hold on, I'm going to twizzle this round. Then you can do some more scooping. What we'll do is we'll pop it in the oven for an hour. And then from there, we'll keep on adding 10 minutes and sticking our little stick in to check whether it's fully baked. If you were to bake this in a cake tin, you could split it. You could do it through 3 cake tins, and then each cake tin would probably only take around 25 minutes to cook.
That's not long.
It's not long, but if you do it in a thick, big one like this, it's going to take, I think it's going to take about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. We'll set the timer. So I try to put an oven tray and then my baking pan on the tray in the center of the oven. So while the cake is baking, I'm going to go and make the icing sugar. Now, I love sprinkles and my kids love sprinkles. You can get amazing things in America, much trickier in the UK. So my idea is to make our own sprinkles. I'm using these sugar flare gel pots of colour, and I'm going to use a peach, and I'm thinking a dusky pink and a mint green, kind of go with that pale sugar almond kind of colours. Now, what I've done is I've made icing sugar, but I've also made it with some apple juice instead of water or milk, which is how I normally make it. And it's given that really lovely, fresh, springtime apple-y taste, which I think will taste beautiful on top of the cake. The recipe is going to be included. And I'm going to add a little bit of my mint green. Now, it's a bit dull, but the best thing to do is to really start small. Really add tiny, tiny amounts, because if you add small, you can always add more. Much tougher to go back. So whilst I make the icing, I generally tell the kids to go off and play, because this is boring. It's really meticulous. Your weights have got to be perfect, and actually they just like to stick their fingers in. So I like to get all my icing bags prepared, and then they can help with the icing. That's the fun bit. The actual making the icing for them is very, very boring. So this is my pale green, looks so pretty, apple icing. And this is specifically for the grass that's going to go on the top of my cake. I've made up my sprinkle icing. It's quite runny. I've got a little round tip, but I've also got them in bags with no tip, and I'm just going to cut that nozzle, and you can do that too, so you don't always need to have a piping tip. So I'm going to twist it, and then I'm simply going to draw Lots and lots of squiggly lines. It's really quite fun actually. The cake has popped out. Wow, hooray. Oh, there's a tiny bit missing just here, which Ottilie's already eaten. There we go. We've got sprinkles. I've got to cut up my other sprinkles. We've got our icing sugar, our eggs. Gonna get cracking. So I've got this great big nozzle here, which is good for doing flowers. And sorry.